The crisis rocking the Kogi State House of Assembly deepens as military and police are locked and the mix of the battle of supremacy between the two factions in the state House of Assembly. Drop the court cases. The PDP BOT implores warring factions at the party's secretariat reopens for official business. The Board of Trustees appears to be in charge of the daily running of the party for now. That's our focus on the program. Many thanks for joining in, everyone. It's a fast-paced program today because some of the issues coming on the table are such that it will interest you. Let's kick off with some of the updates coming on the situation of the People's Democratic Party and its leadership. The National Secretariat of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Abuja today reopened the doors of the secretariat shut by armed police officers since the last week. Members of the party's Board of Trustees who briefed journalists after a meeting with staff of the party says the Board of Trustees is the only organ currently allowed to operate from the secretariat because of the different court cases affecting the operations of the other organs of the party. According to the secretary of the board, Mr. Joe Madueke, other organs of the party, including the caretaker committee led by Senator Hamdan Makarifi, will have to operate from outside of the secretariat of the party until all litigations are resolved.
No court order has affected the role of the Board of Trustees. Nobody has gone to court to challenge the authority of the Board of Trustees to perform its constitutional role, and the legal political reality is that following the national convention that took place in Port Harcourt and the dissolution of the NWC, whose term of office had already expired anyway, on 24th of March, there can be no vacuum. And the founding fathers of PDP made sure that the Board of Trustees was created to make sure there is no vacuum. Now, concerning the caretaker committee, as you know, there are conflicting court orders. That matter is being resolved. It will either be resolved by the negotiation that is taking place behind the scene, details of which will be clear later on. So we are giving our members another opportunity to show that, in the words of Senator Mantu, we are really a reborn, rebranded PDP. To say all those that have matters in court, withdraw them and let's sit down and talk. That talk is taking place. How it will affect the caretaker committee, which is an issue of litigation, being able to come here and do their work, time will tell, and we don't think that will be too long from now. In the meantime, I'm sure the caretaker committee are working. Even if you don't see them here, they are working somewhere. Now, we are the ones who are not affected by any court order, no matter how procured. That's why we're here.
Well, one organ that is not affected is the Board of Trustees, and that's the secretary of the Board of Trustees of the PDP, Chief Joe Madueke. Well, let's move into some other issues that may bother the People's Democratic Party because today they may have lost some members of the party in the House of Representatives. So this is what happened. Today, 2 members of the People's Democratic Party in the House of Representatives have defected to the ruling All Progressives Congress. In separate letters read on the floor of the House, the lawmakers, one from Anambra State and the other from Benue State, informed the House that they are leaving the PDP due to the leadership crisis in the party. The minority leader of the House of Representatives, Leo, however, rejected the move and vowed that the party will take legal action against the 2 lawmakers. And here is the reading of the letters of the 2 lawmakers.
Together with multiple pending court actions and pronouncement in different courts recognizing and or restraining each of the factions The party's national secretariat at Wadata Plaza has been sealed because of the crisis. Sir, I do not belong to any of these three factions. I hereby notify you of my decision to join All Progressives Congress, APC. There's no need to debate this matter, please. In case we thought we are done, there's another one from Honorable Barrister Emmanuel Memga Odende. He said, notice of my intention to resign from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and join All Progressives Congress, APC.
Well, some of them may have said they've progressed from their party, original party, the PDP, onto the All Progressives Congress, but their landing may not be without a fight from the original party. That's the People's Democratic Party. As a minority leader in the House of Representatives, he's not taking the line low, and he said that it will pursue, and himself and the party will pursue the case legally to make sure that they lose their seats. Here is Honorable Leo Ogo on the defection of the two PDP lawmakers onto the ruling APC in the floor of the House of Representatives.
I see no basis why these two young men would take this decision. I consider their actions very, very embarrassing. They actually didn't even do proper consultation. And if anybody did advise them, I'm sure that the person probably must have turned the truth upside down. You know, so we feel very, very bitter over it. I am convinced beyond reasonable doubt that tomorrow we are going to react. And how are we going to react? I wait for the vote and proceedings because there must be something to show. And if I have the vote and proceedings tomorrow, I will head straight to my party. I will call a party meeting and we'll be heading to court to make sure that we vacate their seat within the shortest period of time. Because they have negated the clear spirit of the Constitution. They have offended their own oath of allegiance. And I think what they've done clearly is a violation of the provision of Section 68, specifically sub-G of the Constitution. So tomorrow, I'll get the votes and proceedings and head to my party secretariat, call an emergency meeting. Immediately after the emergency meeting, we are heading to court to meet them up.
We may have set a stage for legal battle to start cascading, because according to what he said right now, well, we'll be expecting some legal battles within the People's Democratic Party against these two members. Interesting dimension into the politics of the nation right now. But let's move forward to some other stories that we're following right here on our political roundup, right here, right now.
Political roundup on Channels Television. Here are your top political stories this time.
More Nigerians are speaking about the renewed agitations in the oil-rich Niger Delta region, with the continued attacks by a group known as the Niger Delta Avengers. A former Speaker of the House of Representatives and Governor of Katsina State, Aminu Masari, says the essence of the agitation of the group is not valid and can only be described as an act of criminality.
Because it's no longer an issue of political agitation, resource control, agitation. This is purely criminality.
And at a conference by the Save Nigeria Democracy Group in Abuja, the past 1 year of the Buhari administration has come under critical assessment. Speakers from the private and public sectors are advocating the best ways the nation must go to get out of the troubled economic situation. A former permanent representative of Nigeria to the United Nations, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, says Nigerians are earnestly waiting for the change promised by the APC government, and he wonders why it's taking this long to achieve.
They have to explain to us, the people, in a strategic way, why it's taking longer to do what it is that was promised. Why is it that despite the overwhelming mandate for change, change is so slow?
Anti-corruption fight is at the spine of the Buhari government's programs, but experts are asking for the strict adherence to the rule of law in the prosecution of corrupt cases.
Certain things must be in place. So those are the factors we are going to look at. Rule of law, which is very important. Without rule of law, every other thing pales into insignificance.
A member of the House of Representatives says the efforts at empowering the nation's anti-corruption agencies are ongoing and the laws guiding their operations are under review.
Right now we are amending the EFCC Act. We are also amending the Police Act because we feel we need to do that in order to empower those agencies and those institutions to do things right.
And you're up to date. Those are your top political stories you need to know.
Our major focus on the program tonight is the Kogi Assembly leadership crisis. It has split apart the House of Assembly into two and distracted the House of Assembly so much that the lawmakers are not concentrating so much on the act of lawmaking. We'll talk more about this when we return from this break. Stay with us.